Welcome back, everyone, to the Season of Ghosts. In our last session, our group of hometown heroes made their way away from the lumber camp further northwest to the Wall of Ghosts, where the leader of the Prayers faction of the Noppera-Bo, a figure named Zodo, had taken the son of the stable's owner in Willowshore, kidnapped him, and was planning to sacrifice him in some sort of ritual to the being they worship, something known as Great Kugapti. Figure none of you recognize the name of necessarily, but due to identifying the dagger Zodo had after ending her life, managed to realize that this Great Kugapti may be a fiend of some sort. That is all the information you have, though. As you manage to defeat them, if you could really call it defeating them, it was more so that you eventually managed to disrupt their ritual enough that it seemed to make something beyond the Wall of Ghosts quite angry. And that something reached forth and transformed the three Noppera-Bo here into these long-limbed undead with wicker basket cages for heads filled with these floating red butterflies. And destroying each of these undead has released dozens, if not hundreds, of red butterflies into the region. Good job. I'm so proud of you. Surely nothing will go wrong from that, right?
Everything's fine.
Everything is fine. But you guys have taken a few minutes since that fight ended to catch your breath, check for injuries, rest, and identify that dagger. And I believe that's about it. You took a quick look through the journal Zodo had and managed to confirm that it was written in a combination of languages that none of you were particularly well versed in, if not for the fact that some of you had been studying some of these languages on the side. Gaius and Code, did both of you mean to take Aklo yourselves, or did one of you mean to take Aklo and one of you mean to take Chthonian with this level up? Because those are the two languages in the journal, and the party did not have either, if I recall properly.
I don't think we discussed it. I just took Aklo.
Yeah, I just took Echo too.
I think you both took Aklo. I don't know if one of you would rather take Chthonian, or if you both want Aklo and you can figure out how to translate otherwise.
Do you want Chthonian?
Well, I can cast Translate. So that's always an option.
Well, aren't you special?
What is Chthonian?
Chthonian is the demon language, if I recall. Is it demon or devil?
Devil is still diabolical.
Yeah.
I think.
Chthonian is the replacement for demonic. That's what I thought. Abyssal.
I assume any new spell slots we got from leveling up.
What is Aklo Daemons?
Aklo is...
Aberrations.
It's more so aberrations, yeah. Creatures of the Darklands.
Guess
I'm
I
assuming
can
I
take
need to
Chthonian.
do my spell preparation to be able to use my new spell slot, right?
Typically when people level up in the middle of the day, I will let them gain that new spell slot as well. So, if you wanted to dump a heal from it or something, you'd be more than able to.
Oh no, it's because I put Translate that slot.
So, what I will tell you now, translating this book is something that is going to require weeks of effort pouring through its notes. So the
okay.
1 hour at a time duration of translate probably is not
No.
going to help nearly as much as you hope it would.
Oh, okay.
It's not a bad idea, but for what will become a long-term translation project, 1 hour a day of it, or even up to 3 hours a day if you used all your spell slots on it, wouldn't be the most useful.
Well, that makes sense.
It would slow down the research time at least.
We want that.
All right.
Change that to clad in metal.
Well, you all have somewhat tended to your wounds and gotten here to the best of your ability. It is early afternoon, I believe, at this point in time.
I think we should return to the lumberyard to pick up those other prisoners and meet Meng Sung's father there.
Yes.
My father's okay?
Oh yeah, he's alive. He was very concerned about you, so we rushed as fast as we could.
Right, I didn't say this yet. Thank you for saving me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. I think there's something about you, Meng Sung. They chose you specifically.
They were talking something about an old soul, but I didn't really understand what they were talking about.
We kind of had our hunch based on probably a past life that you had. Because definitely you're young, you're younger than your father, definitely, so it couldn't be your current age. It must be something from your past. I'm not too familiar with the workings of reincarnation and all that, but
I know some people in town follow Senpochi teachings, but that's beyond me.
in any case, I think we should be heading out.
Yeah.
Yes,
This wall gives me the creeps.
and those are
Before we
villagers.
go, what? Asked the new kid. What are the 8 laws?
My God.
Right.
Why?
They can change shape, dudes. Like,
I keep forgetting that. Go.
Do you mean the 8 practices?
yes. Good that you know the difference, but yes, tell me them.
Looks really off-put.
How commonly known are those rules? Right? Is that like something like only like the older people tend to stick to, and maybe younger people don't?
Some of the younger people probably don't follow them nearly as much. They're probably more prevalent in South Bank than Northridge, especially. But most people follow them. Again, you're also sort of at the point of summer when most people stop paying attention to them, because it
feel
is.
Like, even
about
if you
a month
weren't
in.
saying it all the time, like you learned it when you were a kid.
Yeah, it
Like
doesn't
the
mean
Pledge
you-
of Allegiance
you,
or
you
whatever.
remember
you
it.
know?
I mean, not supposed to whistle at night. You're not supposed to touch people's heads. Don't listen when someone calls your name at night.
That should be good enough, Ko, right?
I suppose.
Just precautionary measures, I'm sure you understand. Given
You saw me
you've
being sacrificed on a rock, right?
well, we also saw the darkness. There could have been some swapping going on inside that.
He was tied up when I pulled him out. I'm confident they didn't. There's no swapperoo going on. Besides, the ones doing the ritual were transformed into those horrendous monsters, and he was not.
Good point.
So
Just
you
a-
understand how the ritual works, Karamori?
Wow. I would assume since he didn't change, he wasn't actively casting it. So I guess I could do a recall knowledge on the ritual.
I suppose you could.
Well, let's do that then.
What abilities do you have when it comes to recalling knowledge? Nothing, right?
Oh yeah, just read aura, and I don't think there's anything to read aura of.
No, not particularly with this. As far as you could tell... Check the rank of the ritual they were casting. Yeah, you would recognize it as a consecrate ritual that was being cast.
Consecrate. Okay. I will share the details of consecrate, which I don't have on hand.
It is quite literally meant to dedicate a space to a specific being of higher power. You know it's second rank, it lasts for a year, but you are creating effectively a holy site to a deity.
Yeah, so they're trying to make a holy site to that fiend, and when we disrupted it, it basically caused it to critically fail. And then the consecration fails spectacularly and angers their deity. So I guess transferring the monsters was their sign of displeasure, I guess.
Perhaps.
Ko has no reason to distrust that statement. Greg thinks you critically failed, but that's me. We're heading back to the lumber camp.
I
Hey.
think so, yeah.
Okay. What exploration actions is everyone taking on your way back to the camp?
Boy.
Avoiding notice.
Perception.
I will search.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonder what Gaius got.
Well, it kind of like lagged to read, so I didn't see it right away.
Okay.
Really? do I get a hero point for that?
No. Not on blind rolls, you don't.
It's not so blind.
Kind of blind.
I don't see anything.
That's
Wait,
question mark.
How could I get another one? It's my first roll of the night.
Because it'll count your last roll of the previous session, which was a society check that you had hero pointed into a 1.
Oh, wow.
Ishino, I wasn't even going to ask for your roll. I was just going to use your DC, but it's very funny that you rolled. Because you would not have been noticed otherwise. We're getting the bad rolls out of the way now, though.
Yep.
Yay!
As you guys begin making your way back towards the lumber camp, perhaps about 20 minutes into your walk, you see rustling in the bushes, and this is something all of you notice.
I ready my gakong.
Pull out a sword.
I'm always ready.
On my dagger.
Ishino, you have been taking your time, let's say, following the tracks of the Noppera-Bo who had ambushed your group last night, and just following the direction they went in, and perhaps napped through when the group rushed past you earlier to wherever they were going. But as you are still doing your best to remain low and quiet and follow these tracks, you see your typical traveling companions coming down the path towards you in the direction the tracks were leading, and they very obviously notice you and begin to ready weapons.
I pop out from behind the bushes or trees or wherever I'm hiding, and I ask them to recite the 8 rules, just like they just did.
Number 1, do not call a ghost a ghost.
Not pat people on the head or shoulders.
Do not whistle at night.
Okay, that's enough. We don't need to go through all of them.
All right, all right.
Hey, you give us one.
No.
He's a spy. Get him.
It's too early for that. I don't remember them off the top of my head, but Ishino would. So
Yeah,
he gives
Ishino
you one of them.
Could give one. I believe they're actually pinned in the Discord.
Yep.
Yep, the first pinned message.
Oh yeah.
You need an
Look at
easy
that.
way to check them.
Yep,
I just have the player's guide open.
me too.
I actually just remembered it was pinned for the first time there. I've been opening the player's guide for it too. You'd think I'd have them memorized by now, but eh.
Oh, Ishino, where have you gone?
I was just tracking some things. You guys, I guess we're probably farther away from this actual map. He
Yeah.
kind of asks for what happened to you guys. I guess he probably, you said there was like a big noise coming from within the wall of ghosts, I think, or maybe I read that.
There had definitely been a big noise you would have heard. That might have been what woken you up from your nap, quite frankly.
Yeah, so Ishino would ask kind of to get the lowdown, but you guys don't need to repeat it because we just went over all that kind of stuff. But he would get the lowdown from what happened the last day-ish he was away, or however long it was.
Giant hand came out of the wall and churned all the Noppera-Bo into the zombie things.
Oh. You
You
guys look
angered
okay.
their god.
Well, we're not the ones who messed up the ritual.
Yeah,
And I
looks
see
like
you rescued a friend.
yes, from the stables. Might recognize him.
Yes, absolutely I do.
We're just heading back to the lumber yard because there were some prisoners there as well. There might be another faction of Noppera-Bos there, but they're chill. They're not the kidnapping faction.
Uh-huh. Okay. Sure. Let's go then.
Let's go.
Okay. You guys all make your way back to the lumber camp. Over the course of a few hours or so, bringing us to perhaps late afternoon or so, as you all once more approach the northern entrance to this place. You can see the doors are still wide open, how you had left them this morning. The smell of fire still lingers in the air. However, you do not see any smoke rising anymore from the large bonfire that had been there.
Teleport.
Everyone rushes forward. As you all... Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm just noticing that
They're free.
They're free, and there's no Noppera-Bo to be seen.
That is correct, yeah. As you all make your way into the entrance once more, you find that the 4 townsfolk who had been imprisoned inside that wicker cage seemingly are not anymore, and are currently sort of sitting on the ground, resting, chatting, sort of, like 2 of them are napping right now. The other 3, including Sun Chong, are like sitting there, eyes wide, kind of keeping watch. And Sun Chong and the other 2 will actually jump to their feet, seeing you all walk in. You're back! Dad! And there'll be a touching reunion between father and son that I'm not gonna roleplay through.
It's fair. You were successful. Just in time.
Thank you. Truly, thank you. Well, back we go then?
Where are the other Noppera-Bos here?
They, little after you left, maybe 20 minutes or so after, they packed their stuff up and left quickly too. Said we should wait here for you all to get back.
Did they remove their dead? The bodies are gone.
The corpses are still there specifically. I just couldn't be bothered to put the death effects back on them, so I just hid them.
Oh, okay.
The corpses are all there, though.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Never mind then. I see the bodies now.
Ta-da!
I didn't notice those first.
Yeah, when
they killed the rat who won before they left.
Cyan just takes a peek at the building with the prayers and see if there's also
still 3 corpses in there. Yep.
No wicker cage heads.
No.
All right. Body's still here. I was afraid that they'd turn into those things.
Stay back here for now. Kyo, do you think we need to deal with those candles? Do you believe they're tied to souls?
I'm not 100% sure what they are. That's what one of the cultists told me. It's keeping the soul imprisoned. Essentially, they can't reincarnate until it's dealt with, but I don't know how to deal with it.
And you said it took a great amount of effort, or I don't know, your power to turn one off?
I don't know how I would describe it. Some sort of higher being, like, helping me.
Perhaps
So
It was a
Priestess
religion
Candora.
check, wasn't it? If I remember correctly.
So,
it was a very high check that he passed, right?
Yeah, but I think it was a religion roll.
you guys sort of spoke over each other. What was the question?
It was a religion roll, right when I turned off the candle.
Yes.
Perhaps we should defer to Priestess Candora. She might be better suited to dealing with that.
Yeah, we could report definitely. We were on our way back anyway.
Let's tend to the living for now and ensure everything's okay with them. Get them away from this place.
Yeah. Now I'm intrigued why the Rover faction left all of a sudden. Thought they were gonna stay here.
They seem to be a fickle bunch.
Did aside from asking you to stay here, did they say anything else?
No. And they didn't really ask us to say. They said they recommended we wait for you to come back.
Interesting. All right. I think we should head back home so you can see your families too.
Okay. They'll wake their other two members up, and if you guys are ready to head out, then they'll head out with you as well. Are you guys heading out the southern front door and making your way just down the path, or are you going through the woods back?
We should use the path. He said these people are pretty old.
They're middle-aged workers for the most part. In their 40s and 50s for the most part. Maybe in their 30s to 50s, we'll say.
Okay. Maybe best to stick to the roads. No, we did not open all the doors. We explored this building.
You did not explore that building.
Yeah, I'm the one that clicked this. There's a trap in here, we think.
And you saw spider webs in this building through the windows.
And this is just a bedroom.
Yeah, that was a relatively nice guest house.
Are we planning on reclaiming this lumber camp? Because if so, should we clear it?
It might be best to do so.
Yeah, it feels functional.
All right, well, we have two rooms to clear out then.
There was a room that you saw before, Cole, right? Was it this one, the south?
Yeah, all I saw was a hallway with spider webs in it.
All right, let's check it out.
Normal size spider webs, I believe. But it doesn't mean there's not a giant spider in there.
Just be careful, I'm almost tapped on my divine powers.
Suddenly have renewed magic.
You have 1 second rank slot left. Out of nowhere.
Well, I feel just dandy. Do you guys want me to open the door?
Yes, please, Ishino.
Does anyone else want to get closer? We good to go? I'm ready to open whenever.
I'll go right here.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Huh.
It looks to be a kitchen of sorts. From what you can see, the hearth appears dark from probably pretty heavy use. The floor is lined with broken pots. There's a thin layer of cobwebs covering much of the surfaces, and now that you can see the northern section of the room, you can see a few bundles hanging from the ceiling that look like bodies.
Web
And that's where I'm going to
bundles.
need everyone to roll initiative.
Well, good thing I'm not using deception this time.
As Ishino steps into the building.
Perception.
Oh. Oops. Wait. Oh, okay, no.
Deception.
Why did it roll like that?
Because it's an initiative roll, so everything's getting put into chat now. The hide chat initiative module doesn't work in V12.
Oh,
So,
okay.
initiative is back to showing up in chat. Oh well, what a shame. Now you'll know for certain if you rolled a 1. And it'll give things like Ishino's energy shot effect right there, which is nice. But these guys, I need to actually roll their stealth check to see how hidden they are from you guys. Gotcha. Fantastic. Not at all, I believe. Let me just check you guys's. Yeah. No, all of them become pretty clear as soon as you step into the building, Ishino. The sounds of scuttling of 3 very large spiders that were a little out of sight. And, unfortunately, one of them gets to go first. The one in the corner here is going to come around the corner, and it is going to rush forward and attempt to bite you with its fangs, Ishino. For a mild 7 points of piercing damage.
Oh.
And if you would be so kind as to roll a fortitude save for me, I would appreciate it. Yeah, you're fine. The venom doesn't mean jack diddly to you, and it'll scuttle away with its last action. Ko, that brings us to you.
Interesting. Okay. Interesting. So 5, 10. This should be 30 feet, and there's just no way to hit them with a cone. Okay, I'll just cast Floating Flame.
Okay.
Last rank 2 spell of the day.
Kill some spiders with it, why not?
Right there. I need to turn on
Oh yes,
Sorceress Potency.
which is, if I recall its new wording, it is simply the initial casting of the spell, yes?
Yeah, the first time it does damage. Pretty sure.
Yeah, this applies only to the initial damage or healing the spell deals when cast. Alright. Points of damage, but I'm so sorry the spider will nat 20 its save.
Alright, that's my turn.
Damn.
Solely so I can be a problem. And that is going to bring us to the other spider's turns. Are you about to say something, Kuromori?
No.
Okay.
I was to make an observation about. I was going to make an observation about their modifier.
Ah. Pay no attention to it. Alright, that brings us to this spider right here, who's going to scuttle on out here and go for a bite on... Ko. The dice have spoken. You are getting bit. For 10 points of piercing damage.
The heck?
Give me a fortitude save as well.
These spiders, sir.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, I can read some of my hero points.
You do have a hero point if you'd like to re-roll that, Ko.
I'm not spending a hero point on spiders.
Fair enough. That is going to be 6 points of poison damage to you then. And you will be off guard for a round as well. And the spider is going to then, not go invisible, but scuttle up onto the roof and around the corner like a little munch. The final spider is going to attempt... It's not very good to do that. It is just going to run forward and try and bite you, Ishino. Which is going to be a hit for 9 points of piercing damage. Why is this the most deadly spiders I have? What the heck?
Yeah.
And from there, I think it is going to climb and rush over and out the door, sort of onto the side of the chimney here. Oh, thank you for the save, Ishino. I completely forgot. A 19 is a success. And Cyan, that brings us to you.
Oh, cool. I can see the spider.
You can. It came out for you.
Nice.
Oh, what a nice guy.
What a nice guy. Okay. I am recalling knowledge about the spider. Its speeds. Climb speed. Walking speed.
Sure.
Get to use my...
Yeah, absolutely. Taking a look at this thing, it looks to have pretty average speeds, but its climb speed seems to be about the same as its move speed, so probably around 25 feet apiece.
Got it. And I will strike. Two.
Forgot to put him off guard, I'm sorry. But
Yes.
a 20 will absolutely hit.
Off guard.
Good old sneak attack. For 8
Just
points
it.
of damage.
And then I will do that again.
Alright. And it is off guard for a minute, correct? With Master
Oh
Mind?
no, until the end
Until the
of
start
my
of your
next
next
turn.
turn.
Start of my next turn, yeah.
It's a minute if you crit succeeded.
Yes.
Which you did not.
Someday.
Yeah,
A 15 will not do it, unfortunately.
that's fine. And that will be it.
Alright, Ishino, that brings us to you. So you will get your bonus damage if you shoot this one specifically.
Yeah, but then I have to move.
Yeah.
So
Unfortunately.
we're just gonna shoot the one that's in this ball of fire.
All
It's
right.
in front.
Oh, Ishino with the crits again. Oh boy.
He wakes up, he crits.
Yep.
And 18 points of damage. Alright. That's going to hurt real bad on the spider.
All right, I'm gonna reload and shoot the same one again.
Go for it.
And I'll do the recall knowledge in a second here.
Will be another hit.
Just a regular hit that time. Ooh, there we go.
Minimum damage.
Good old gunslinger. And then the recall knowledge.
Yes, from your thoughtful reload.
Did it go through?
No, try using it from the basic action macros and not just the recall knowledge macro if that's on your hotbar, because I think that's broken right now.
Okay. And I would like to know specifically if it's. I'm assuming I saw the poison kind of leaking out of that and resisting it myself.
Yeah, you
just
could
if there's any
feel-
more adverse effects.
Sure. You recognize this is pretty simple hunting spider venom. If it progresses past its first stage, the damage will it'll become more painful. It'll also make you clumsy as well as off guard at higher stages.
All right, I relay that to the group, and that is my turn.
All right, Gromori, we're back to you.
Oh boy, here we go.
Here I go killing
Go
you
over
again.
here. Oh, I didn't. Okay, that damn spider. I'm gonna go here.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a battle medicine.
Okay. Sounds good.
And I'm gonna use assurance to make sure it goes off.
Look at that. 14 health back to you, Ko.
All right. And then I will quick draw my +1 spear and stab this guy.
Okay. Ishino takes all the luck.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Okay. Unlike Ko, you are willing to use a hero point on the spider.
Yep, kill.
Go for it. Roll that damage.
Wow. Fuck.
Thankfully,
Could be
that'll
important
be
story rolls later.
enough.
I'm gonna nickel and dime this guy, you hear?
All right. Well, hey, that is one dead spider. And I believe that does it for your turn.
That is my turn.
Then Gaius, we're up to you.
Alright, let's do good old exploit.
On the speeders,
Well,
they're
it's gonna
spiders.
be personal.
They don't have any weaknesses.
I can hurt their feelings.
Sprays raid on his sword.
Pull out the raid.
Move, and then I shall strike.
Go for it. Oof.
I will not.
Would you like to
That
use a
is
hero
it.
point?
Nah, it's fine.
All right. Then Ko, we are back to you.
Huh. Mhm. How tall is this room?
The room itself is about 10 feet tall.
And it's crawling on the walls, the one in here.
Yeah. It is way behind you, somewhere by the window, probably.
And the window is like right here,
Mm-hmm.
if I remember correctly. Alright, I'm gonna spend 3 actions to move my flame.
Okay.
So we'll go. What the heck? There.
And the movement's a little-
I'm going up. I'm going up.
I
with the
figured
first
up
one.
and around so you're not hitting anyone.
Right, but it's 5 feet over, 5 feet up on the first one, so it's hovering by the ceiling.
Mhm.
Second move, we'll just run it here, and then.
That is through a wall, good sir.
Oh, there's a wall there.
Yeah. If I just move you so you can see, that's a little room.
Oh, okay. Hold on then. That changes everything. Because this will also be subject to the 15-foot diagonal or 10-foot diagonal rules. Let me rethink this. 5, 10. this way. Come on. That's 2. And then the third one, I'll just drive it around the corner where I can't see and hope it hits something.
Sure. So just confirming, if you're getting it like 5 feet up and diagonal, yeah, I guess that's just 5 feet. And yeah,
then
perfect.
It's just...
and that'll absolutely hit it just barely. So if you could put the spell in chat for me one more time, just so I have a button to save.
That doesn't light buildings on fire, does it?
No. Magical flame typically will not light anything else on fire as it passes.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's also levitating, so I guess that makes sense.
What the heck?
I'm so sorry. The spiders have rolled a 20 followed by a 19 saving against this fire. They saw you get a second rank spell back and said no. Sorry. Yeah. How dare you?
It's crazy.
And that is going to bring us to that spider's turn. And so, Ko, at this point, the venom is going to try and progress to its next stage. If you could give me another fortitude save, please. Easy to overcome. You lose the off guard, you don't take more damage, you are fine. However, this spider is going to come crawling down and around on the ground and flank Gaius and go for a hit on him.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes. For a modest 10 piercing damage. As well as just one measly fortitude save, if you don't mind. Yeah, you're just fine. And hit-and-run spiders continue their antics. It'll run around the outside of the building. And that'll bring us to the other spider right here, who is... You have Implements Interruption, do you not, Gaius?
Yes.
And does that trigger on movement?
Yes.
Then you may use it if you'd like. The spider is going to drop to the ground and try and move. Hey, there you go.
Is it on a crit that it starts?
Does not quite crit.
Yeah, it's on a crit. That's when it stops whatever triggered the action.
8 points of damage. All right. +4 because of personal antithesis, injuring it very deeply, but it is going to get a move over towards Cyan, who it is going to bite.
Nimble dodge.
Okay. I believe a 29 is still going to hit you, but it prevents the crit.
It does.
So, we approve of that. For only 6 points of piercing damage.
Gotcha. Damage.
And if you could give me ye olde fortitude save, please.
My worst save, yes.
You got this.
Got this.
Easy.
Yes, I got it.
All right. Contrary to what it's been doing up until now, though, it is going to use its last action to just bite you one more time.
Sure.
And unfortunately, it will miss this time. So, it's right in front of you, Cyan. Go crazy.
Yeah, I think I'm just gonna strike it.
Okay. That's a hit. We love to see it.
See.
Solid damage. Not quite enough to kill.
Alright. Another one.
why not?
Yeah.
Hey, there you go. Roll a little bit better if you don't mind. Much better. That will be a dead spider. As it will collapse under the arrows being plucked into it or shot into it.
Right. And I still have one action, right?
You do indeed.
Yeah, I think I can take a peek and see that other spider over there.
Yeah, it's fully around the corner of the building. You can really only see a bare amount of it. It will have standard cover against your shot.
It's okay, I'm not shooting.
Oh.
I'm
Never mind
doing predictable on this one.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
So, sense motive against its deception DC, so I'll just
Or
do
a
that
hard
then.
DC of its
Or the
level,
hard DC. of
whichever
its
is higher.
level.
I'll give you a guess if the spider has deception.
Sneaky spiders.
Hard DC for a level 2 creature. Alright.
Alright, sense motive, and this is always blind, I think.
Okay. That is a regular success.
Okay.
So you will gain a +1 circumstance bonus to AC against that creature until the start of your next turn, and a +1 circumstance bonus to your next saving throw against the creature before the start of your next turn. Very nice.
Yes. And that's it. I don't think I can drag the effect.
For
Unless...
predictable?
Yeah,
Yeah, there's an
unless I'm...
effect for it. You just put the feat in chat, or put the action in chat. There's effects you can grab. You should just be able to drag onto your token.
Oh, to my token. Okay,
Yeah,
got it.
there you go.
There you go. All right, thank you.
All right, Ishino. Bring it home. Go crit it again. Go for it. That is a hit. Alright, and it does look like your energy damage fell off, but you would have had it on this last shot here. This would have been your third shot, so it'll take 1 more fire damage. And that brings us to Kuromori's turn.
Oh boy. I have to kind of guess where he is. Oh, there he is.
Now, I'm not sure you could have made that in one action, because that is 30 feet from where you were.
Oh, so I can only do one attack on him then.
Yeah. Drag Ruler isn't quite working properly, so just as an FYI to people, I would recommend actually using the measurement tool to measure your distance, and then just hitting space to move to the end of it now.
Oh, okay.
Because Drag Ruler, unfortunately, is not getting updated anymore, so we are losing that convenience, and everyone is sad about it.
Ah, shucks, I missed.
Ooh, that is not going to be it.
Now I'm in the way.
Gaius, you're up.
There's no room.
How do I get it to like stay there and then turn?
Hold Control and then left click. However, if you're trying to move through it, you are going to need to tumble through, because it is not up on the wall, it is still at ground level.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Go for it.
So
Right click to start getting rid of.
So I move up to here, then I do the tumble through.
Yeah, technically.
That is acrobatics.
I'm not actually sure you could get through it with a single tumble through. You were right here to start, right?
Yeah.
5, 10, 15, 25. Oh, yeah, you'd be able to get just past it. I can't math. Yes, acrobatics. There should be a tumble through button in the basic action macros.
Yeah. There is. Time to roll.
You got this. That will not do it, unfortunately.
Dang.
Now, you can attack it from there if you would like. It is going to have standard cover against your attack because you're sort of attacking around the corner.
And
Sorry.
The tumble through counts as one action or two?
It's one move action. So you still got 2 actions left.
Well, then I will exploit.
Why not?
I'll make his feelings very sad.
Yeah, keep going with that personal antithesis. And I should be asking, what would you like to know with your diverse lore, sir?
What's his diet?
Yeah. What's the diet like?
Noppera-Bo. You saw the person-sized cocoons in the kitchen. It
Fair enough.
probably ate a few people here before they just shut the doors and decided not to enter again.
Oof.
Oh, big no dice, though.
All right. That's that.
All right, Ko, that brings us back to you. Got a traffic jam with the
Yes.
spider.
He has no idea where it is.
No, he's smart. He came out the window. He can see through it.
Oh.
He can see where it is.
That was one move. Can
Uh-huh.
I... no, the window's on the right spot to move the flame, so I will just ignite him.
Okay. He is still going to have standard cover shooting from there. But kind of like pushing the window open enough to get the magic out, you can absolutely do. The dice are filled with spite tonight, it looks like.
Yep.
Just all around the board. A lot of 5s
Hates
and
us.
below.
The dice hate us.
That's it.
All right. Well, the spider gets one more turn then before you all get to kill it. And, I mean, Kuromori, you're right in front, so I think you're just going to take the, Oh, ooh. Oh, that'd be funny. Before biting you, I'm going to have
Stop
the
it.
first -5 intelligent spider in the game. It is going to try and web you in place.
Uh-huh.
But it'll miss. Darn. What a shame. My genius plan. No. Okay, it'll just...
Now
bite you
your
then.
attack is weaker.
Yeah. It'll roll a 19 on the die and not care. How's that sound?
Oh. All right.
And just one more fortitude save. Just one.
My first one.
Look at you go. Ooh.
I'll eat it. I got little points.
Then you'll eat 8 poison damage.
I regret my decision.
And off guard. Which means I don't believe it needs a 20 to hit you on its attack here. It can roll an 18 and hit you.
Uh-oh.
Nope.
Nope. Get
Well,
out of here.
I didn't expect it to, but I just wanted to see. Alright, Cyan, you're up.
Get out of here.
So annoying.
Yeah,
I'm
come on.
gonna move so that standard cover turns to lesser cover, I think.
That is exactly what would happen if you came down there. And, just like Ishino says, you can turn on your damage bonus from Sniping Duo, because Ishino did hit it.
Oh, nice. You put the button somewhere. Oh, there you go.
It's a toggle on your action tab.
Yep. Toggle that. And yeah, I think I'll aim for a recall knowledge on this one.
Go for it.
Let's make it immunities.
Sure. Good sir, that is a failure.
And if that fails, I'll use my cognitive crossover to roll again, right? Is that how it works?
Yep, that's a reaction to use it.
Yep, I'll use my reaction.
Well, oh yeah, because you use Lore Master lore here, so that's really weird.
Yeah.
Because society technically is not a skill you can use to recall knowledge about spiders. So you could use it, but I think you will automatically fail.
Oh,
because spiders are not something that society would give you any info on. Yeah. So if you were doing it against like humanoid creatures where society is their recall knowledge button, that would be the most effective there. But if you're re-rolling from Lore Master into society, any creature that doesn't use society for their base recall knowledge skill, I think it'll just auto-fail on.
Got it. I won't use it then.
You can hero point it if you would like. Actually, no, you can't hero point a recall knowledge. What am I talking about?
Nah, I'll just strike.
It's the fact that I had to say you failed that made me go, oh yeah, that means you can hero point. I have to verbalize.
Alright. Yeah, I'm just
go for the shot.
Going for the shot, hoping to avoid Ishino and Kuromori.
Well, there you go. Unfortunately, if Kuromori weren't in the way, that would have crit.
It's okay.
Oh, it's a shame.
I get a +1 from Ishino's help.
Yeah. For 3 damage. Let's go.
Dang. Second, I'll strike again.
Can I just say the damage output of this party is so fucked? Because it's either like minimum damage from Ishino and Cyan, or one shots. You also would not have had a third shot there, Cyan, because you moved, recalled, and then shot.
Oh, right. Sorry. Yeah, that's it.
All right. Ishino, we're back to you. Crossbow currently unloaded. Reload, strike, reload. Sounds good. And you will get your damage bonus since Cyan hit.
Yay!
Sniper duos.
Sniping duo. Ooh. So that should be 10 because he would take 1 more. Oh, because they're both the same type. They're both circumstance bonuses. I see. That's a bit of a shame.
Oh, so it doesn't help Ishino?
Nope. It just makes it so you deal more damage.
Oh.
Now, it'll stack for him when he gets higher, when he gets a striking rune on it, because singular expertise's damage will always be just a +1 circumstance, but sniping duo's circumstance bonus is equal to the number of damage dice of the weapon.
Oh, got it.
So, once you guys start purchasing striking runes, which you are at a level to purchase now, that will be objectively better.
Gotcha.
But, Kuromori, that brings us to you. You are the one thing that this guy doesn't have cover against.
Yeah, probably injured.
Get it,
I thought about doing something silly, but I'll just focus on hitting him. I was tempted to try and reposition him.
You don't really have a space you could reposition him to.
If I critically succeeded, I could have moved him here.
Relying on a crit success, huh?
No, I'll just hit him.
Yeah, it's probably the smarter choice. And 10 points of damage is exactly enough to bring this guy down.
Ah!
That will end the spider threat. The most dangerous spiders you all have ever fought. Well done. I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
You killed 3
They're
spiders.
just, they're just spiders, you guys said.
Yeah, we're just tired from the fight with the prayers.
Oh, and as a
Right.
reminder to the group, if you guys could tell me what you're doing instead of just making perception checks so that I can actually ask for the check, that'd be
I was just
appreciated.
searching this room.
Yeah, I figured, but just for future reference, if you could tell me what you are doing before just rolling, because otherwise it'll throw me off on occasion.
All right. I'm gonna position me while he's searching. I'm gonna position myself here and drop a 3-action heal.
Okay, in order to get everyone in it.
Yeah.
All right.
I will bask in the healing.
Ooh.
So many creatures.
Whoa. Oh
give
god.
Health back to everyone. All right. Ko, are you cutting down the bodies as well?
Sure.
Okay. You don't really find much of anything useful in the kitchen area, aside from you are able to confirm that the bodies are that of Noppera-Bo, and one of them has this sort of strange blue rock grasped in its hand. It's got multiple sort of alchemical etchings in it, but it's a blue rock.
Ooh, that might be a runestone.
Is it alchemical?
Alchemical, not magical.
Oh, never mind.
Ishino, do you recognize it? No, actually. So it's not a blasting stone, unfortunately. However, if you've got an alchemist toolkit, which I'm not actually sure you do, even though you should, then does anyone have an alchemist toolkit, actually?
I doubt it.
I might have. Hold on.
I'm not
It's
seeing
a-
one in your inventory, Cyan.
That's a common item, right?
It is.
Are
you?
I actually have it. I pick up from my backpack.
Yeah, if you want to use Prescient Planner to pull an alchemist toolkit out of your pack,
Yep.
you absolutely can.
Kinda wanted
Isn't
to
that
use that.
An alchemist
one
toolkit,
bulk?
it'll cost you 3 gold.
Yeah, 3 gold.
An alchemist toolkit is 1 bulk. Prescient Planner is...
Common items.
Yeah, I'm just checking if there's... Its bulk must be low enough that carrying it wouldn't have made you encumbered, which you have nothing, so...
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I just like this idea. It's like, oh, I just happen to have this bulky piece of equipment here. Here you go.
I went ahead and just threw it into the stash. You're more than welcome to take it yourself if you want, but now that you guys have one, that means any sort of alchemical item you guys can attempt to identify with crafting.
I'll pass it to Ishino.
If, are you spending the full 10 minutes to try and identify it, Ishino?
If others are still like searching the room, I think
Yeah.
that makes sense.
It's easy enough. It's not something you directly have the formula for, but you're able to recognize a Thunderstone pretty much on sight. A few tests just to confirm. It is of moderate strength, is the interesting note.
Ooh.
Instead of being a lesser version. So, you have a single moderate Thunderstone. Do with that what you will. It does deal... not really... It does a little bit of sonic damage, but it also has a chance of deafening creatures in its area.
Can I listen at this door to try and hear anything beyond it?
Oh, I suppose you can. Would you remind me, does anyone in the party have a brass ear that you can make use of?
Ugh, no.
Never
Did I
remember.
take it in this one?
That's always my question. Is this a campaign where someone has one, or is this the one campaign where no one has it? Let's find out.
I do not have one this time.
I never think about it.
Yeah, I don't think you guys have one, so you can listen at the door. It does have a -2, which you don't need to bother putting on. I will just keep in mind.
Okay. All right. I got an 18, guys.
You hear nothing beyond the door. Just pure silence.
I'm gonna try this door and see what's behind it.
Wasn't this just the banyo?
No, that was
The what?
the lawn bathroom. That was the
Oh,
lawn
it was the
building.
other one, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
It's a storeroom. It's a pantry. It's been cleaned out. There's empty baskets, bags, scraps of vegetables and grain. Oh, look, a door outside. Had you all been, like, fully infiltrating this place, that might have made a great little rest room
Oh, yeah.
that you could have stayed in undetected.
It's fair. Where's the other? Oh, that building. All right.
So this was the room as a reminder that you were able to overhear was hazardous in some way, trapped.
They mentioned summoning.
Yes.
So there's probably like a magical trap in there of some kind.
Which,
Were we able to peer through the window? There were no windows,
There
right?
was a window, but it was fully shut.
Okay.
Ko, or anyone who is a spellcaster, so Ko or Kromori, if either of you wished to give me a recall knowledge about any sort of summoning trap, you're more than welcome to.
Sure.
And I'll detect magic as well.
It probably won't detect anything with the door shut unless it is on the door. Just as an FYI. Ko, you've come across the most basic summoning runes before. You're aware of what they exist like. They're like invisible magical sensors that just sort of float in the air, typically surrounding a rune on a wall or the floor. That's pretty difficult to spot most of the time. The easiest way to disable them would be acrobatics to approach without triggering them, followed by a thievery check to actually erase the runes, or if you have Dispel Magic, you can attempt to fully counteract them. But you do not know how many runes may be in the room. Typically it would just be one on like a wall or a floor, but there's never certainty, as you are well aware of.
What do you spot? Spellcaster friends.
I describe what a rune would look like.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to come over here and bash the window open.
You can certainly attempt to force it open. That will be an athletics check.
Who was the one
I'm
who...
gonna say, Gaius, come open this.
Was it Kuromori who...
I'm the strong guy, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Whoever has athletics, get over here.
Oh,
Alright.
hello.
I'm pretty good at that.
All right, I do the Henry Cavill arm cock. Just kidding. I don't do that.
classic.
Silly. Where is athletics? There it is.
There is a force open basic action macro.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Shame. Now, you do take a penalty, because similar to a brass ear, I don't believe anyone in the party has a crowbar.
No, wait, maybe.
Oh, do you?
Oh,
I thought I
think-
did.
These really should be, like, basic adventuring equipment.
I
things.
have a crowbar, though.
You do?
Yes.
Caius,
To my backpack.
I'm so proud of you.
I will hand it over.
Oh, yeah, I guess I could use that.
Yeah, then you do not take a -2 penalty. Things like brass ears, crowbars, earplugs, I really do think they should be part and parcel of the adventurer's kit and pack. Because they're really things that at least someone in the party should always have in a campaign, but they're not mentioned. And I'm like, I feel like this is unfriendly to non-experienced players. With a 25, absolutely, you are able to bash the window open and see into what appears to be an office of some sort, mostly well organized. It looks, I know the map shows papers all over the place, but just believe me, it's well organized. The loose documents are strewn all over the floor. Aside from that, though, all the furniture and chairs are in place. There's a lot of wind, actually. Or not a lot of wind. What am I talking about? What was I trying to say? What? A lot of dust is what I was trying to say.
Oh.
I think I had in my head, it's like a gust of wind blew through here to move all the documents around, is what I was trying to say. And there's a lot of dust in here as well, sort of like no one's been inside it for a long time. That's what I was trying to say, and my brain went, let's combine. Let's fusion dance words into soup.
Do you spot the rune here, Ko?
I will cast Detect Magic and then Seek.
There is magic within 30 feet of you. Yup, can confirm.
There's magic in there. And Seek.
You, however, are unable to perceive where any of that magic is coming from.
I can't find the rune. Perhaps you want to take a look.
Alright. Just describe to me what I should be looking for, I guess.
Be an invisible sensor floating in the air around the rune.
Well, the invisible sensors are there, but you're looking directly for the rune itself is what needs to be erased. The sensors would then, you just have to avoid them to actually erase the rune.
Alright, I'll try to perceive.
Is that something like in guidance?
Yeah.
I'll give you guidance.
Awesome.
Taking a look around, especially looking down on the ground near where the documents are, you are able to spot a total of 3 runes etched into the floor.
Oh, wow.
That would all need to be erased.
You'll have to make your way through there, not touching any of the runes, and then erase each one carefully.
Okay.
Or just activate it and kill whatever comes out. That's an option too.
That's no fun. Will opening the door from that side trigger anything, though?
No, not at all. Especially, you guys are aware of them. You're able to prepare. You could open the door just fine. And so I think instead of asking for 3 acrobatics and 3 thievery checks, I'm only going to ask for 1 acrobatics check for whoever's doing it, but I will ask for 3 separate thievery checks since those are the harder check to make.
I will do the acrobatics.
Well, whoever's doing it has to do it all. Unless multiple people are going to be doing thievery checks, in which case I will need an acrobatics check per person.
Oh, okay.
Because the acrobatics is to avoid the sensors, and then the thievery is to erase the runes.
I'm pretty good at both, so...
Ishno, you could backseat an attempt if you really wanted to.
I will do acrobatics first.
You've got I noticed you have a 10-foot pole in your inventory, Ishno. You can use that to point.
Can I try to aid?
Are you trying to aid the acrobatics or the
The acrobatics.
Okay. Yeah, just using your detection of the magic to remind him of where the sensors would be.
Nice.
Okay, so Cyan, you'll get a +2 circumstance bonus to your first thievery check.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Acrobatics would come from Ko.
Yes, Ko is aiding your acrobatics check.
So what would that be with?
I'd say either Arcana or Perception, your choice. You are in Arcane.
It'd be nature for primal, right?
Oh, you're a primal caster, so yes, nature. God, I always forget. No one plays primal casters. What are you doing? Very nice. So that'll be a +1 circumstance bonus to your roll, Cyan.
Got it. Acrobatics. 26.
Easy enough to get in there with Ko helping you avoid where the sensors may be. You know you're not going to really worry about touching them at all. And you can start doing your best to erase the runes. You got help on the first one.
Yep.
You've got an idea of where it is. Or
Let's do...
advice.
Thanks to Ishino. Net 20.
Beautiful. I will say, with a critical success like that, you will have the choice of either erasing it entirely and destroying the hazard, or if you would rather, you can just erase some small parts of it, enough to disable it for now, but, you know, starting tomorrow it would reset. It would manage to repair itself and reset.
Oh, I think I'll be erasing it totally, given that we're
Okay.
planning on using this place.
Fair enough. And you've got 2 more checks to make, sir.
Alright. Pray for the gods for me. Next one.
Fantastic.
29.
Easy.
Last one. I will hero point that.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, with a
25.
moment's stumble where you erase the first 2 with such confidence that you almost get a little overconfident going into erase the last rune, and half a moment before accidentally triggering it, Ishino whaps the back of your hand, and you manage to pause yourself, collect your breath, and erase the final rune.
Thank you.
And you are certain that there are no more hazards in this room.
I feel like it's safe. I'll leave it to you guys to take a look at what's in here.
So I will search the room.
I will do the same.
Anything useful?
Sure.
I'll do a perception on that as well and search the room if everyone else is.
I don't know if I rolled 3 times or not. I don't think I rolled at all, actually.
You
What
did
is
not.
going on? Weird. I cannot blind GM roll it.
Strange.
Oh,
Are you
that's
trying
why.
to roll initiative?
No. That's not even blind. Okay, game. All right, Foundry.
That's a shame.
That's okay. Well, now that everything is clear, let's see what the actual roll is.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a
That would
20.
have been amazing if that was a 2-roll streak.
Now, the game wouldn't be that nice to you guys.
Nah.
Taking a look around the room as Ishino sits in a chair and probably starts napping. I mean, there's a bunch of documents around the room you can absolutely spend time gathering up if you would like. They appear to be just general records of the lumber camp. There's a couple pieces of gold that you guys find strewn about the room. Ishino does fall asleep. Fantastic. Amounting to probably about 15 pieces of gold that you guys pick up.
Split this 4 ways.
Is he sleeping?
He doesn't have to know.
That's not fair.
Well as a small vial of greenish oil filled with like undulating threads.
Ooh.
Weird.
Definitely magical in nature, not alchemical.
Ooh.
That's read aura.
Ishino immediately wakes up to the sound of a gold coin being picked up. He knows the sound of money anywhere. Most certainly magical, Ko, and if you want to identify it, you'll get that bonus on it.
Sure, I will take the 10 minutes.
Why not?
Just recall knowledge.
Yep. Yeah, and I know you've got a +2 on it. Unfortunately, this is not an item you've come across before, and its exact effects elude you a little bit.
All right.
You want me to take a stab at it?
Sure, here you go.
I
I'm gonna
also
cast
have read aura.
detect magic, ignoring that, making sure there's no more magic in this room.
Yeah, you're pretty certain. Aside from that, there's no more magic here.
Okay.
Guys, as for you with the read aura benefit from Kuromori, knowing it's magical, getting some ideas from where Ko failed to identify, you are able to recognize it a lot easier as an oil of mending. A item that just applied to an item will cast a second rank mending spell on it. Neat. At the north end of the room is an iron reinforced locked door.
Oh. There's no other doors on this building, is there?
There were not any doors, and all the windows were shut as well and seemed pretty sturdy.
We haven't found any.
You're up, Cyan.
Alright, haven't found any keys anywhere, right?
No. The key's probably long gone for this door.
Yeah, I just take a look. Does it look like a complicated lock?
Mostly average. You're probably looking at needing 3 successful thievery checks to get through this.
Oh, another 3. I take out my
Thievery in
thieves.
3s.
What do you call that thing that I have? Thieves tools? Thievery kit?
Well, you got a thieves toolkit. You also got those key making tools from
Oh, right.
from
What's
what
his
was
name? What's
Meguro.
not his face?
Hmm.
So you
Yes.
will specifically get the thievery bonus for picking a lock from those if you use it.
Yes, I get a +1, and I can get a temporary copy of the key if that
Once
works.
you finish opening it, yeah.
Okay. I will pick
Kuromori.
the lock.
You saying? Are you asking for the oil, Kuromori? Is that it?
No, it's kind of overkill for a buckler.
A little overkill for a buckler, yeah. Go ahead and start with your thievery checks, Cyan.
If I die, I'll come back as a champion. Don't worry about it.
More marshals.
There's no critically succeeding on my spells if I don't have spells.
Ishino, you could aid. Yeah, absolutely. You've got a good old cooperative nature. Alright, not quite a critical success, but a regular success. So you will get a +1 circumstance bonus to your first check here, Cyan.
Oh, nice. And does that stack with the keymaker's bonus?
Because that is an item bonus. There's actually, in basic
cool.
action at macros, there is a little aid toggle for your circumstance bonus that you can add to yourself. because the basic action macros are fantastic.
Yes, they are. All right. First roll.
None of it matters if you're gonna break your kit, though.
I am heroing.
You have a hero point now?
Yeah, I'm gonna hero point this. This embarrassing.
Gets these brand new key making tools, immediately snaps them.
Oh gosh.
Thankfully, that
This
is
is
just a
not one.
regular failure.
All right.
So, taking a minute and really working at it, this is a pretty challenging lock. Well, you might be able to do it with a bit of time. It might be easier to just bust open.
Oh, I can't do it. I was too tired from doing all those
I mean, I guess
erasing of runes.
I guess if you broke them, you could just use the oil of mending you got to fix them.
Someone just strong arm this.
All right, so let me see that crowbar again.
Yeah, if you want to try and athletics force it open, you absolutely can.
Okay, let's actually use. Where's it? Where's it?
Benescent work.
All right.
I thought that die was going to be a 1 again.
I saw that. I was like,
What's your advice, Ishino?
Unfortunately, even with Ishino's advice, it will not be enough for you to push that door open. It's a pretty tough room. Must mean whatever beyond it is it's pretty important, right?
This is becoming a challenge to me.
hey, guys, want to give me a hand on this? Perhaps the two of us together.
All right. So athletics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of us reefing on this crowbar.
Between the two of you, a 23 is exactly enough to succeed, and you will manage to break the lock finally on the door. That window is not supposed to be see-throughable. I thought I fixed that wall. But it's okay because you guys are opening the door. And you find yourself looking into a room. Several empty freestanding shelves fill it. A number of them display open but very clearly empty chests. Perhaps this was a treasury of some sort, but it's quite obviously has been looted for a good while now. There's a heavy smattering of dust all over the place.
The last time you in a room, danger came.
Search for
Seems to be
anything they
empty.
might have missed.
Sure, absolutely. Go ahead and give me that perception
Yeah.
check. I wonder what you rolled.
Let's give this room a toss.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, taking a bit to look around, it's pretty easy to turn up just a bunch of loose change, couple silver, mostly copper pieces, behind some shelves and empty chests that just weren't picked up prior. Maybe about 3 silver and 24 or so copper pieces. Nothing too impressive. What does catch your attention, though, is a trap door hidden between these two shelves. And just kind of pulling it open, looking inside, there is a leather pouch. That just seems pretty heavy.
Detect magic.
Does it jingle when I pick it up?
It does not jingle when you pick it up, but if you are casting Detect Magic at this point, Ko, you would detect magic.
It is magical, whatever's in there.
I open it.
Inside, there are 2 items. One is a glass vial that it takes you a minute to actually realize there's liquid inside of it because the liquid is completely colorless. And so until you see it slosh a little bit, you wouldn't even realize there was anything in there. Underneath that is a pretty large silver ingot.
Oh.
That's probably worth around 100 gold.
Money.
Now we can fund those striking runes.
There you go. And as you guys finish up your investigation of the buildings inside the lumber camp, at least, and before you guys start leading the townsfolk away back to town, that is going to be where we take a quick break. So stand up, stretch, grab some more water. I'll see you all in around 3 to 5 minutes or so. All right, welcome back, everyone. So, you have just finished looking through the what would have once been a treasury in this lumber camp. What's the plan now?
We know this building's just living quarters, right?
Yeah, it's just a guest house.
All right. I think we should head back to town and get those people back home.
Yeah, we should do that.
And collect all their weapons so we can sell them.
The Noppera-Bo grunts here. Yeah, each of them has a spear you can pick up. You already have them, actually. No, those are from the ones that ambushed you. So
yeah, those are the ambushers.
Absolutely get 4 more spears and leather armor. Let's go. The spiders do not have any weapons.
And the cocooned ones
No weapons.
didn't have
either.
anything.
Mm-mm.
No, okay. All right. Well,
Is it Are we good to go now? Finished up your explorations? Make sure nothing's gonna attack us on the way out?
there's no more threats that we can find here.
Okay.
We should tell the elders too that this lumber yard looks functional.
Yeah, wouldn't be a bad idea to tell them. Are you guys heading out the northern doors or the southern doors?
I think we'll go
northern.
South would be how you go if you want to truly take the path back to Willowshore.
Yeah, we should check the south. I think we had this conversation already.
Yeah. Because north, the path takes you, it becomes a hunting trail to the Wall of Ghosts. South would be the actual trail or the path between Willowshore and the lumber camp. The main entrance, if you would. As you goobers came in the back entrance this whole time. But
Very sneaky.
yeah, well, because you may wish to do a bit more exploring since there are more buildings here. As you guys make your way out of the front entrance into the lumber camp's opening area, you see a couple buildings off to the eastern side, as well as a watchtower, currently empty, and there is a small bridge that leads onto a little island upon which you can see the corpse of a kappa.
Oh, Kappa.
Why did he rush the body so fast?
Ishino wanted to check it for loot.
He likes turtle soup.
Don't eat sentient creatures.
As you guys make your way over, if there's one thing that catches your attention, this kappa is recognizable.
Oh,
No.
It does appear to look very similar to one of the kappas that you guys had met at the bathhouse during the invasion of Willowshore, who appears to have been, at this point, beaten and stabbed repeatedly. Head bowl is empty and has bled out all over the sodden dirt.
That's gruesome.
yeah. Probably Noppera-Bo did this.
Perhaps
Tough
if you
luck
guys
for
had
our
come in
friend.
through the front entrance, you could have saved it. I will say,
Cool dudes.
the artwork for this one is truly horrifying. Unlike the other ones, this one actually looks like it wants to kill you. But, what is the plan? You guys can do some searching around here if you'd like, or if you guys are done and just want to get on the road back to camp, or back to town, you're more than welcome to as well.
We can check out those other buildings, I guess. Do the full sweep of this place.
Sure. If people wanted to give me just general perception checks for those of you who are searching, so we don't have to keep asking for each new place, you're more than welcome to. Or if you want to roll for each new place, you can as well. I will not stop you. Gaius, as everyone else is leaving this little island, there's something in the muddy water that catches your attention, actually.
I will go towards it.
Yeah. It's just off the shore, under the water, what appears to be a large woodcutter's axe. Just kind of stuck in the mud. As you pull it out, let the water wash away some of the grime, you do see a minor potency rune inscribed on the haft of it.
Ooh.
So,
I'll take that.
perhaps left behind by a woodcutter at some point or lost, but it is a +1 battle axe.
At the very least, we could transfer that rune.
Yeah. Is there anyone who doesn't have a +1 rune on their weapon yet?
I don't know.
You guys should by this point.
I have +1. You guys gave me that.
Because +1 is a level 2 item, so you're at the point that you should start getting striking runes here, and everyone should have a +1 who needs it. So, got a couple buildings. What's the plan?
Oh, I
Can
thought
build
we
that.
did a general roll on those.
Well, you can still, like, walk around and look in them. I just have the check for when you go into these places. You found a dining room, Ishino. There's nothing of note in there. Now, this is a bit more interesting of a room.
Ooh.
Ko, as you open the door, it appears maybe a dormitory of sorts. There's a number of beds. However, this place is covered in blood splatters. Pools of dried blood just kind of stain the floors and the walls and the beddings. Several humanoid silhouettes have been painted on the southern wall using blood, and there are currently 4 Noppera-Bo corpses in here.
Oh, do they look like they were killed the same way the Kappa was killed?
These ones, give me a medicine check.
Yeah, I'll do that.
I'd like to join in on that medicine checking.
Well, okay, fine, Mr. Medic. I suppose I'll allow that.
Is this blind?
Yes, please. This is falling under recall knowledge.
Oh, okay. Aw, go push that button then.
Kuromori, taking a look at them, while the wounds are mostly puncture wounds on them, the size of them is much smaller than spearheads. You would actually more equate these wounds to crossbow bolts than actual spears.
And then someone recovered the bolts.
Someone seems to have recovered the bolts after killing these.
Do these seem fresh kills, or...
Like, the bodies are very fresh.
The back door.
And taking a look around the room, Ko, you actually notice on the shelf right over by that door is an item you guys would recognize at this point. It is an oil of potency, a very viscous liquid that can be applied to either a weapon or armor, and make it either a +1 striking weapon or a +1 resilient armor for a minute.
Is there a chance these could have been arrows instead of bolts?
Of course, absolutely, there is a chance, yeah. Two are relatively similar in size.
Wondering if our what's his not face decided to kill his own people.
Mugiro?
Yeah.
Who knows? Of most important note, their weapons and armor are still here.
Oh yeah, we'll snake those up.
4 more spears and leather armor.
It all adds up.
Ko, don't do it.
Oh,
No.
Yeah, it's a bathroom.
Wait, what?
Ko found the bathroom again.
Oh, good work.
Ko has been finding bathrooms all over.
And last but not least, a set of very empty stables. Pay 0 attention to that arm.
The wicked Noppera of the West.
It's from the guy through the wall. Old hay scattered across the floor kind of crunches underfoot. There's a sweet smell drifting from the rotting feed in the hay boxes.
Sweet smell.
Yeah, sweet smell.
Take a closer look at that.
Yeah, rummaging around in the old hay bale, you pull out a flask of what appears to be foaming beer. And that seems to be what the smell is coming from. Just a good old beer.
Yeah, throw a detect magic at that thing.
To be kept fresh for however long, and the fact that it is foaming inside of this, and the fact that, of course, your magic detects the presence of magic, it's absolutely magic.
Yeah. Like, there's a foaming beer here.
It's a flask of foaming
I think
beer.
it's magical, guys.
Is the colorless liquid magical?
It is also magical, yes. So those 2 items need to be identified at some point.
So we can spend some time doing that real quick.
Absolutely.
So with
I can do one, you do that one?
Yeah.
You
can
guys
do
are
one of
at
them.
a point where you're probably not making it back to town tonight. So the question would be if you want to rest here for the night or travel a little bit and then rest with everyone out in the wilderness.
I mean, we have that guest house that seems to be in good condition. We may as well just use it.
Yeah, it seems like we've cleared this area enough to be safe. We don't want everyone exposed, I guess.
Let's stay in the night in the lumber camp.
Yeah, I
Okay.
think so.
Sure, it's fine.
It must be fine. And if you guys wished to try and identify those 2 items, the colorless liquid and the beer, you're more than welcome to do that tonight as well. Is
Sorry,
there a
sounds
great
people
map that just kind of cuts off there? That's why I've got the northern version of the map that doesn't have any of this exterior stuff.
Weird.
It's a little funny.
I'll tell them that, well, we secured the area, but it's getting late.
I will
Perhaps we
read
should-
aura for both of these.
Sure.
And I'll throw
If
call knowledge as well.
if you think we'll be okay staying here the night, then it's probably for the best.
Yeah, we might keep watch anyway.
Oh yeah.
We'd be much appreciated if you did. You wouldn't happen to have any extra food, would you?
Yeah, we should have. Yeah, I got some. How much do I have?
It is very likely
Hold on,
none of these people have eaten today.
Oh, there's they were roasting a few meats here, pointing to the, if it's still there.
No. Oh, and
I
I'm
have.
very sorry. The beer was not magical, but alchemical. Sorry. That's on me for getting my traits wrong. Alchemist beer. Yeah, if you guys wanted to share some of your rations with these people, you're more than welcome to. There are 6 of them.
Oh, we also got 2 unused rations packs in the stash.
You do indeed. Yeah, if you wanted to use the majority of one of those, you absolutely could. Just
Yeah, how
just
many
to feed
people-
these
Go
people?
ahead.
How many people are there?
6. So you could
6.
use 6 rations from one of those packs.
Let's just use one of those up completely, and then that covers all of them plus one of us.
Okay. Sounds
Yeah.
good.
It sounds good.
And you could, Ishino. Kuromori's role would also have done it anyways.
Woohoo!
So you guys are pretty easily able to identify these 2 different items. It takes you a little bit, Ko, at first, but it kind of comes to you pretty quickly. The liquid's practically invisible. It should be a slam dunk. That's an invisibility potion. The beer, however, that's a Bravo's brew right there. That's a that is just a drink for 1 action, and for the next hour you get a +1 bonus to all will saves, or a +2 when the will save is against a fear effect.
Nice.
You also get to drink beer, and
Nice.
that's the real benefit. But if you all are who does get afraid the easiest? That's a good question, Ishino.
We can reset these barricades on these big doors. Now will make this camp pretty secure.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to close the doors and barricade them when you're sleeping tonight,
Yep.
easily could. And Ishino, to your question, the lowest will save in the party would be a tie between Gaius and Cyan. So, between them, whoever gets scared more easily.
I'm cursed at the moment.
Are you
I need
sure?
to- As
Is
far as
that-
I'm aware,
It hasn't acted up in a few days, kind of strangely, when you think about it.
I've been busy thinking about other things. Now that we're gonna relax, that's when it's gonna really act up.
Are you saying now that you're getting time to relax, the curse is gonna act back up?
Yes.
Do you want to give me a will save?
Can I drink some beer first?
You can if you want.
I'll do it before. I'm not gonna drink it just yet.
Okay. If you think you are relaxed enough that this might trigger, then absolutely I will ask for a will save. But if you think you're still on edge and have not really reached a point where you've let your nerves detense and relax,
I did not roll that blind.
that didn't need to be blind. That's fine. Yeah. You
We should probably,
Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna recover that the 20-foot ladder.
Yes,
I
please.
was wondering if you guys would remember that ladder. Yeah, absolutely. You can pick it back up when you leave in the morning, or even tonight, so people can't use it.
No, I want to do it
late.
right now so that no ne'er-do-wells can use it against us.
That ladder is 5 bulk. It sucks.
That's kind of gross.
But hey, you have 6 able-bodied people to help you carry shit back.
Nope.
Yeah, it'll probably be as you're on watch tonight, Gaius, but for the first time in a few days, sort of at the corner of your vision for a moment, you will begin to see what appear to be bloodied and slain Noppera-Bo kind of stalking at the edge of your vision. But they very quickly vanish whenever you look more closely at them. And they never get particularly close or anything. They just sort of stay back.
They watch.
They watch with their non-existent eyes. But, they maintain just enough presence that you're always aware of them.
That's creepy.
But you are at the same time able to recognize that these are mere illusions brought upon by whatever effect you have been afflicted with.
Okay.
Also, they're not actual spirits. Interesting.
Most likely not. Do you guys have a specific order you would like to take watch in tonight? I have a horse that needs to say hi to someone.
I could start.
Okay.
I'll do my perceptual.
Fantastic. Who else is taking a watch tonight, if anyone?
I'll do it second.
We'll go third.
Oh, hiccups.
Well, let me open my character sheet.
Ishino and Cyan, are either of you taking a watch tonight?
I am. I'll go fourth.
Okay. Well, at least you guys know what the last watch is.
He fell asleep.
Thankfully, his is not the lowest roll of the night. And also, thankfully, nothing particularly dangerous happens. You guys did all the smart things by barricading the doors once more, pulling the ladder inside. There's no easy entrance to the lumber camp. Not that it's impossible, but it would be a challenge. And while still maintaining relative vigilance, you all sleep well in comfort knowing that you don't have to deal with any foes coming after you.
Nice. Are you proud or disappointed, Jericho?
I had these big maps, and we had like 2 fights on them. Perhaps 3. No, I'm very proud of you guys. You guys did some cool things, and played very smart, so I'm never not going to be proud of you guys thinking.
Awesome.
Yay.
And you guys are free to go ahead and take your long rest. You can also heal yourselves up to full if you're not at full hit points, because you would have easily had Kuromori and whoever else can treat wounds do so throughout the day before going to sleep.
Yeah, and I have, what you call it, assurance now.
Hot dog. And finally ready to head back to town?
I believe so.
Okay. It's going to take the better part of the day, probably bringing you to mid-afternoon or so. But following the path down the Seba River does bring you all eventually, finally, back to the town of Willowshore. And as you make your way towards the town, coming in the southwestern entrance, especially down over here by Eternal Blaze, the clanging sound of the forges and hammers striking metal, as well as shouting, is pretty loud as you all approach the edge of town. You can hear quite a large number of people, it seems.
What's going on?
It's unusually loud.
Unusually. Like, you can hear people... give me a perception check, actually.
Yeah, I want to know what's going on. Ah. Dice everywhere.
Dice everywhere, dice in my hair.
One more, you get 3 hero points.
You could have rolled anything. Funny enough, that's the second best roll. Right? Gaius, are you rolling as well, or do you not care? Cool.
Not gonna roll here.
Okay.
Still thinking about them ghosts.
Ah, that's fair. Seeing them every now and then as you walk.
Yep.
There's one voice that sort of cuts above the din that you very clearly hear. It's been a while since you've heard an angry Granny Who. But it's definitely her voice you hear. And she's definitely yelling.
Well, I'm gonna go help my friend.
Okay.
And I go in there and see what's going on.
Yeah. Later when we found missing people.
Yeah, as you make your way in, you can actually see a number of people around Eternal Blaze. Many of them, you actually recognize a chunk of the town guard, kitted out in fresh-looking armor and spears. Granny Who actually at the front with a sword, currently arguing with old Matsuki. Something about not enough, or needing to head out before the trail goes cold. And everyone will actually kind of get pretty quiet as you all approach. The townsfolk trailing behind you who you rescued. And most of you can pretty immediately see a smug-looking grin on Matsuki's face. See? I told you they would take care of it. We didn't even have to tell them.
I see you heard about their disappearance.
Granny Who will kind of look over. More surprised that you heard about it, considering you were out and about when it occurred.
We just happened to be in the area where they took them.
It's activity at the old lumber mill. Or lumber camp.
And do we still have to fear activity at this lumber camp?
No.
Took care of it.
Good.
Granny Ho.
That's what I like to hear.
I look around for Elizabeth. Is she here?
She is not here at the moment, actually.
Okay.
The argument seemed to mostly be between Matsuki and Granny Who. From what you're able to gather, Granny Who wanted to go out after the people, and Matsuki was like, no. These people, like, They helped us already. They'll find them. They'll bring them back. They're out in that direction anyways. But Granny, who as they drop some of the what you pretty quickly realize are not fully finished weapons and armor, just mostly along back with the smithy for them to finish. They saved them this time, Sho, but we can't rely on them always, and you know that. Get your head out of your ass for once.
We do have other things to report. If we could do so in a more private place, I guess. Rather than something so public.
I'll produce the deed and the two.
The deed that none of them know about.
Yeah, I mean, like, we found this in the old tea house. Here are the opals.
I think
that's ours now. I want everyone in here to know that's our building.
All the things, okay. Let's...
I'm sure that can wait.
Well, if it's your building, then why don't we go talk at your new tea house?
Oh, that's perfect then. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Can you chop up this ladder?
The very destroyed tea house.
There was one
might still
perfectly
have gore
fine.
in it.
One perfectly fine table, I think, there.
Uh-huh.
I would hope they had cleaned that before the funeral.
You would hope so.
At least getting rid of the bodies, not.
The blood might still be there.
Yeah, they cleaned up the bodies for sure. But blood that has sort of dried and soaked into the woodwork is definitely a bit harder to overcome. And that'll... I mean, the whole building will need some repairs and will definitely need some cleaning.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll offer them the seats, I guess, that are still not destroyed.
Yeah. that one setup.
That one setup,
that was left nice.
But we still don't know why.
Yeah. But hey, at least there's some chairs. And you are absolutely able to sit down and first things first, they'll go over the deed and check it over and make sure everything's good with it. And from there... Well, congratulations, you all now own a tea shop. Wasn't necessarily expecting land ownership in your futures, but look at you go.
Yeah.
What else, if anything, did you have to report to us?
Yeah, we didn't really want to do the report in public. We didn't want, I guess, the general populace to know for now. But there were some faceless creatures, Noppera-Bos, they're called. I don't know if you're familiar with them. That did the abducting of the townsfolk. And actually did the abducting of us during the reenactment festival.
Oh. And you said they're taken care of now? They're gone?
There were just two factions of them. One was a more of a religious, cult-like group.
Fanatics. Yeah, exactly.
The other just wanted to exist. There might be a handful of them left, but the cultist ones, we killed all that we found.
So there's still monsters out and about that you let go?
At the time, they weren't hostile. They were actually quite helpful and pointed us in direction to saving Ming Sung.
He would be dead if they hadn't told us.
And yet you still let them go after all that. Monsters who, for all intents and purposes, attacked and kidnapped our people.
Let them is a stretch. We came back and they were gone. Without harming our people any further.
Go ahead and give me a diplomacy check. Someone can aid if they would like to.
I would love to aid.
And this is what I've saved my hero points for.
Ishino, do you have tea supplies?
What's one?
Oh, you gave
We
me
have
broken
something in our
cups on the
stash.
ground, I think.
Right.
Oh, we have something in our stash.
Well, you've got the flask of fellowship you could use.
Yeah, that's. I just
I'm
can't
gonna
find
hero
it.
point
Oh, there it
this.
is.
Sorry, what were you asking, Ko?
Oh, I'm gonna hero point that roll, but I wanted
Alright.
to check something first.
Before you do, let me check if you actually necessarily need to. Unless you're shooting for a crit success. Let me just check my DCs.
Okay.
I got them listed down somewhere. I gotta do a lot of scrolling first.
Diplomacy is not a secret roll, is it?
No, this could be public. You would also have a +1 item bonus from the Flask of Fellowship. So it'd be a 22.
Yeah.
22.
Oh yeah, 22.
A 22 would actually just barely fail. It would succeed against Matsuki, but fail against Granny Who, so I will let you decide with that if you would like to hero point.
You said it fails against
Granny Who,
Granny Who.
but succeeds against Matsuki.
I had to roll an 8, man. Alright, I'm gonna hero point it. and
Okay.
pray. Come on. Fuck.
There you go.
Very nice.
Oh, I saw Kuro's 18. And I was like, no.
Okay. While they're definitely both off-put by the fact that you let monsters go, thankfully you will not lose any reputation with either faction because of this. You have managed to convince them enough that what you did was the best choice in the matter. At least for saving the townsfolk, so they'll simply choose to focus on that for now.
There is something more disturbing, though. The other faction, the one that does the kidnapping, like Kuromori said, they're kind of religious fanatics. They're worshipping a certain creature, god, named Kugapti. And that creature kind of lives in this very thick wall of ghosts towards the west of Willowshore.
I believe it's a fiend.
A fiend. Yeah, exactly. It manifested itself outside of that wall and into this, kind of breaching the wall. And that's kind of the disturbing part of it. I don't know if you have any idea what kind of creature that is. Or if that name rings a bell.
Both Granny Who and Matsuki will sort of like look at each other for a moment before both sort of shake their heads. No, there's... Name doesn't ring a bell, sorry.
It's terrifying. That creature with barely an effort turned all these faceless creatures into another type of creature altogether, with wicker cages for heads and red butterflies.
So we've
inside
got
those cages.
some new monstrous threat to deal with, is what you're saying. That
Basically, yes,
may or may not
Granny.
be making moves on the town. Wonderful.
Here is a map that we've crudely drawn the perimeters of our cage here.
Yeah, you guys have a pretty solid outline, I believe, of the hinterlands around Willowshore. There's some like central areas you haven't fully explored, but the entire outline, you guys have a pretty solid understanding and map of your operational area.
We also started out that the old expansion.
Yeah.
It's fit for use.
Which
Yeah,
should be, yes.
aside from the occasional flooding, but should be good.
No, flooding wouldn't be good, but if it's usable, that'll help us a lot. That's good. That's good. That's good. All right. Well, you all get some rest. You deserve it, and we will make sure the records reflect your ownership over the tea house. Now, is there a specific name you want on ownership, or do you want all of yours?
Ian looks at the others, and I think all of us. It's just
Yeah.
fair, I guess.
Definitely all.
5-person joint ownership it is then. All right. We'll get that squared away for you. And, we'll get you a deed in the next couple days, but get some rest. And the swing of summer, so enjoy yourselves now. If you anything else you wish to do to help, we'll gladly accept, but for now, think we're in a relatively calm period.
Very well.
Right. If there's anything though that comes to mind in terms of specific aid that you need for the town, that well, you know where to find us.
Of course. Well, now we have a centralized location to go to also.
Ah,
All right. Well, that is going to pretty much do it for the required adventuring in part 1 of this campaign. From here, I will just let you know, nothing really major is going to occur until the start of fall, and you've got about 2 months of in-game time until then. So this is mostly downtime, you know.
Need some money.
This is mostly downtime. You guys do have a couple requests around town you have been asked to fulfill. They do not necessarily need to be fulfilled anytime soon. You have been asked to, if I recall, you guys put too many goddamn gifts in the chat.
Beechwood.
I gotta scroll up. Yes,
Beechwood things.
Find
Collecting
animals.
finding the animals and helping
Blacksmithing.
Wushu at the blacksmith, which that would be an earn income opportunity. Fixing the ranch up. Let me just confirm that. I have to scroll so much. My Word document has too many notes in it. Someone help.
From Kumsu Chong.
Fixing the ranch. There we go. That is mostly just a way to build up reputation with South Bank. You don't really need to do anything there if you don't want to help. And of course, you can always continue to ask around. Other things might crop up over time if you would like to help. You could begin work on repairing the tea house. That's mostly something meant to be done with your downtime in fall, but you can absolutely start working on it now if you wanted to have time in fall to do other things. I will let you know that what will probably take the longest is collecting peachwood. Because the earn income rolls for it are not very high, so that will likely take the most amount of time if it is something you wished to do.
Okay. And is this like everyone? Does it get quicker if everyone pitches in, or if one person does one particular task?
Everyone can help with it, and that would make it go faster. Because effectively, it's every 10 gold worth earned gives you reward. And if I recall, it is a level 2. It can be up to a 4th level earn income task. Which the earnings for are not very high. Just check. Maybe I should have not player core 2 out. That would not have my earn income in it. I am a foolish, foolish fool.
Seven silver pieces.
Yeah.
Unless we're an expert in whatever it is.
Yeah, at best you would earn 8 silver a day of work there.
On the peachwood.
On the peachwood, yeah. And I will say, any crit fail makes the grove useless. There's a total of 3 groves. So 3 crit fails overall will make you unable to earn any more from it.
What kind of check is it?
It is primarily going to be nature or survival.
Is this the group that has no survival? I can't remember.
I think this is the group that has no survival.
No, I have it trained.
Oh no, this is 3 people have survival in this campaign. What's the survival game?
That's the pirate one.
Oh, that's the pirate campaign. 6 players and no one is trained in survival. On the open seas.
We need 10 gold, you said,
You'll
Jericho?
need 10 gold earned, yep.
Oh, 10 gold.
And it'll probably take about a day of travel to get to to each grove that you wish to go to. So
it's 10 checks for 70 gold, probably. No one's an expert in survival, right?
I am not.
I am only trained, but I have a plus 10 to it.
I have plus 10 as well.
Yeah, I'm only trained.
You'd earn 7 silver from it. So at best, you would earn 3.5 gold a day if everyone did it.
10 checks is 7 gold.
Who is Diane close to? Ko will definitely help his friend.
Yeah, I'm good at crafting. For sure.
So blacksmith is an earn income option. And so we can sort of break this down into like week-long periods if you guys want. That we are consistently doing rolls and it's not the awful situation of roll for like a month of effort and nat 1 that you can't hero point and cry.
There's only like 2 things I want to do that aren't related to this stuff, which is 3, I guess. 2 of them involve Elizabeth.
Okay.
I want to know about the candles. See if she can free those souls safely, or if there are souls in there. And then also see if she can help me contact whatever being lives inside me.
Okay.
And then the other thing was just RP, like, he wants to craft some glass, like butterflies and stuff for the grave site that we have for the 3 kids.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, you could absolutely do that.
like a glass umbrella and glass butterfly and whatever the other kid was. He the lantern guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got glass blowing as a specialty crafting, so
Yep.
you could absolutely do some things like that.
Is this the campaign where we were able to sell things for
Full
sell
value on selling. Simply because you don't really have a lot of travel opportunity outside of the region, and your loot is a bit limited on occasion.
That silver ingot isn't magical or anything, is it?
No. So it could be used to craft silvered weapons if you guys wanted, but
that's why it's
otherwise it's just 100 gold.
It's really expensive to craft weapons like that.
It is. This silver ingot effectively covers the cost of the silver, though.
Yeah, it's the same with like the cold iron chunk.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that the cold iron weapon low grade is 40 gold plus 4 gold per bulk, so 46 for like a katana if you want to make a cold iron katana.
Well, chop chop, get to it.
Okay.
We already have silver weapon.
I don't have that kind of money on me.
So a couple things. One, now that you guys have official ownership of the tea house, those pearls that prove ownership can be sold. You do not need to hold them on anymore, since the government has officially recognized your ownership and the deed is now in your name. The will doesn't really mean anything. Additionally, Sun Chung and Meng Sung will actually come find you tomorrow morning, after you guys get back, with a little gift of thanks. We wanted to thank you all for your help. We had a bit of time where we didn't think we'd see each other again, so got a little something we've made use of for a while. It's helped trying to make the stables a bit more sturdy, but figure it might be a bit more useful in your hands. And they will pull out a sort of a rugged metal eyepiece with multiple lenses on it, and they will give you all a crafter's eyepiece as thanks for saving their lives. Which this is it's a bonus to crafting checks, and it increases HP restored when repairing.
Oh, nice. Did I hear that right? You said each?
No, just one total.
Oh, okay.
God, you think they had 5 crafter's eyepieces? They'd be swimming in gold.
That's what I heard, actually. I thought you said each.
I heard each. I'm like, hello.
My apologies. No, it is just a single crafter's eyepiece.
Oh, okay.
I guess that someone's very good or needs crafting.
Yeah. Do you guys just want to sell some of the stuff in the party stash for now so you can see what coin you have to work with?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And aside from these activities, Jericho, is there like a general downtime activity?
Let me introduce you to Earn Income.
Yeah, because I'm new to Pathfinder, so I wasn't sure.
Most often, downtime will be used to retrain things if you want to switch out feats or abilities or spells. The by far most common downtime activity is earning income, which is a skill check to earn coin. So that is the one that I imagine most people do. Ishino, I will get into what repairing the tea house looks like next time, because it is a multi-week process, but crafting is definitely the best skill to go with for it. I'd be crafting, athletics, or architecture or labor lore, if you have it. And it will be something you guys can spend coin on to improve your success values at it. Or you can just take the time and go slow. But selling the pearls, do you guys want to hold on to any of the weapons and armor you have?
In the stash.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably
the Fiend's Hunger, definitely.
Okay.
The +1 axe. Definitely keep that for right now,
You want to hold on to it?
so that we can take the rune off.
Does anyone need a +1 rune still?
I don't think so. I think we should sell it because I think we're in the idea of making money to get to the striking runes. Like I think that's our biggest upgrades. Right now.
Everyone has a +1.
The only thing I would say is that we could put that on the cold iron dagger that I have. But other than that,
Could.
probably don't need to.
Ko, if you wanted to, you could also probably switch out your silver dagger, since Fiend's Hunger is a +1 silver dagger as well, with an additional ability. So, I'm not sure if you want to use the funny dagger.
I mean, the name sounds bad, but it's actually a pretty potent anti-fiend weapon.
It's
yeah, I'd probably equip that.
Very cool.
I pick it up. Oh, I'm cursed now.
And yeah, I think Ishino should get the eyepiece. He's the highest in crafting.
Yeah. So, sell the spears and leather armor at the very least. That you don't need.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
That's actually an indirect way of reducing Wushu's workload. That is 12 spears right there already made and done. That is, 25
I actually
gold.
thought of contributing. Getting...
+1 silver dagger in the stash.
If you wanted Kuromori or Ko to add one of those plus runes to your dagger and everyone was okay with it, it would run you 3.5 gold to switch the dagger, or to switch the rune over.
Yeah, I'll put the +1 from the silver dagger onto my cold iron dagger.
Okay.
That way we have a magical cold iron. I have crafting.
Oh, yeah, magic craft. Okay.
Yeah, you can do that with just a little bit of time.
Wait, is there feats for magical crafting? I thought
there is a magical crafting feat.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
It'd be
Changes
easy
the
enough
value.
to hand it over to Wushu and be like, hey, do this for me. Switch over the runes. Because it would be a day of downtime per, but that is something you could easily hire someone in Willowshore to do for no real extra cost.
Gotcha. Are we selling the silver dagger?
Honestly,
I think we
it's
probably
kind of
should, but like
That's a
striking
hard
runes
one.
are very important.
Yeah, it's
They
44
are.
GP.
How much is the striking rune?
65.
Okay. We're selling the silver ingot as well, right? The 100 GP silver ingot. I wasn't sure what we were discussing earlier on this one. Or can that be used for something else?
The cost of making a silvered weapon was just crazy expensive.
And we have a magical silver dagger now, so I can just hand it to somebody else who's better at melee combat if we run into anything that requires silver. Plus, we have a Thumb Absurd, so he'll just trigger silver weakness anyway.
So selling the silver dagger? Yay, nay?
Yeah. I'm down with selling it.
Yay.
Okay.
And then we don't need the +1 from the battle axe anymore.
Are we selling that too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Selling, you guys said you're selling the silver ingot?
Yes, I think so, right?
Yeah, I have a spell that I can actually cloud my bell for 1 minute, or my weapon for 1 minute with any type of material I can.
Oh, that's cool.
So if I need to, I can always change my weapon. I mainly just want to craft a cold iron katana just for RP reasons.
So we're selling the ingot. Are you guys selling the cold iron chunk as well, or is that being held on to?
That was Rook's leftover, right?
I believe so.
I'm kind of thinking, yeah, 'cause I don't think anyone here has the shard cantrip.
Needle darts?
Yeah, make that
Yeah,
4
needle dart.
things during downtime. I want to try to find the cave
Oh.
where he might have
Right.
died. But
All
Yeah,
right.
I have my,
only
I
if
have my
Jericho's
own
down with
cold
doing
iron.
something with that.
Nice. We're at 249 gold.
Is there anything else you guys have that you want to sell? Like, you've got that rope of climbing, you've got the flask of fellowship. Those would be the most valuable things. Any of the consumables you don't want, like the snares.
I think we should sell. If nobody's claiming the rope at this point, like I think the rope makes sense to sell. I think probably the oils of potency might also make sense. We're kind of getting past that from the weapons, and
Those would
unless we
only be
really need
good
it for
because
the
you can
armors.
put them on your armor.
Yeah.
But that's if you really care about the bonus to AC and saves.
The mesmerizing opal. I don't know if anybody's planning on fainting, but that's really the only use for it.
Yeah. I faint every once in a while, but not that often. To justify.
So is everyone okay with that? Get rid of the rope of climbing, the mesmerizing opal, perhaps the oils of potency.
I'm good.
How many striking runes do we need?
A lot. You guys are all marshals, aside from Yuko.
So 4?
Yeah, you probably want
Or
3.
I mean, they go the
least.
longest way on Gaius and Ishino, right?
And Cyan. He's a rogue.
and me.
So oh yeah, the
you want-
Sukgung is deadly, right?
Which right now with 250, I'll go ahead and I'll split what you have without selling anything. And that gives each person in the party 50 gold effectively.
Oh, cool.
So you could either pool coin between each other or sell a few more things to get everyone up to 65 who needs it. I think Ishino's only
So-
like 7 gold away. Cyan's like 10. Gaius is like 4.
Oh. If we're
I can
aiming to
just
get
split money out to everyone else from me if they want to get striking runes.
if our goal is striking runes, selling those oil potencies then would make sense.
I'm okay with selling the consumables. I just don't want to sell the climbing rope.
Yeah, you can hold on to the rope.
Yeah, I was gonna ask if the what's that creature who gave that to us?
The
Yeah,
Angelo.
that was a get. Yeah, that was a.
Yeah.
Giggle.
Yeah.
I
Great
still have
little-
potency crystal I hadn't used yet.
Oh, get rid of that.
So-
What are you doing?
Yeah.
So if we get
Hey,
rid of-
that came in. That came in clutch one time.
It did, but now you've got a +1 striking weapon, so. Alright,
All right, so how much gold do I need to drop to get
Well, give me a
everyone?
minute. Potency crystal plus the oils of potency plus the mesmerizing opal. Do you guys want to hold on to the snares? You've got an alarm snare and 2 spirit trap snares.
I think the spirit traps were mine. I could just sell that too.
DCs at this point are pretty low, and snares take a minute to set up, so
Yeah, let's sell
they're not
those.
typically great at this point.
Those might have been my items, yeah.
Oil of Potency, Alarm Snare.
Yeah, Alarm Snare is such a... Like, unless we had, like, a choke point where we were resting or something.
Is 38 gold added to the stash, which, Code, do you mind if I just don't...
Yeah, separate it to the other 4. Yeah.
Because that should be enough for everyone. That's another 9 gold per. I believe that puts everyone at 65 or above.
I'm putting at 66 if I convert my plat into gold.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm 66.
All right. Then all of you who have the money can go ahead and spend 65 gold from your inventory and add a striking rune to your weapon.
So how do I do that?
Subtracting is pretty easy. You can just put 65 gold and then check remove value, not specific type, and it will do the math for you. And I can add the runes to people's weapon for them.
Thank you. Yes.
I
I
have
have enough to
2
be
months
poor
to
again.
earn income back.
I do the controversial thing of... Because I was planning on switching to a katana. I'm not gonna make the cold... I'm not gonna make the cold iron one yet. Because I need to raise up money for that.
Mm-hmm.
But I could craft a mundane one, a normal one, for only 2 gold.
Absolutely. And you want to transfer the runes over to it?
Yeah.
It would technically cost you a little bit more. I'm not going to be picky. Just spend 66 of your gold. And you can have a +1 striking katana. Because you could sell the basic spear for a little bit of it back.
Yeah.
So, absolutely. Get your katana, boy.
Oh, yeah, going for weeb.
Love to see those numbers.
All right. And that being said, that is where we're going to end it off for tonight. I'm going to send you guys sort of a kind of exact number of how we'll break down downtime here. Or at least the amount of time you guys can determine how you want to break it down. And if you guys just, over the course of the week, want to just shoot messages into chat of what you want to do with your downtime. And if there is, I know most of you are poor now, so this is mostly for you, Ko. If there's anything specific you're looking to buy, just shoot those messages over. And that way we'll just sort of get into next session, doing some rolls and the roleplay of it for the most part.
Yeah, makes sense. You said you have 2 months of summer left, right?
Pretty much. You're on, right now, the 26th of Erastus. You'll have all 31 days of Eridus, and probably around 15 days of Rova. So you're looking at probably about 50 days of downtime. Before the entire town starts prepping for the festival of the first Long Night Festival, which is the fall equinox festival here in Willowshore, and that'll take pretty much a whole week to help with.
Gotcha.
So
yeah, you have a few things in mind, like roleplay or research-wise.
Absolutely. So just send me those notes, or just shoot over what you want to get done, and that'll give me some time to plan it all out, and we'll jump right in next time. So, thank you all so much for playing today. I hope you enjoyed.
I do have magical tattoo artist or whatever.
So much crafting.
So I could just spend all my money giving us all tattoos.
You could.
Team tattoo.
Well, they give you magical effects.
Let's all put red butterflies.
Yeah. Get the eye slash so you can see blood in color with dark vision.
That's very appropriate.
Right? The blutterflies.
Blood.
All right, everyone.
Alrighty.
I will see you all next time. And have a good rest of your week.
Have a good week, everyone.
Have a good week, everyone. Thanks.
Bye.